Good morning to all my kids. Welcome to our online e-learning classes. Student, we are doing the chapter 7 in science in the offline as well as in the online classes. Okay, so in the previous video I have discussed so many topics of this chapter, and today I am going to discuss the endemic species, the national parks, about the red data book, the migration, the recycling of paper and reforestation. These are certain topics which we will discuss in today's video. So first topic for today's video is endemic species. So endemic species are those species of plants and animals which are found in a particular area. Only they belongs to that particular area. Like they are not naturally found anywhere else. Okay, so this is the endemic species. Okay, all those plants and animals, all those variety of plants and animals which are specifically found in a particular area. Okay, so many types of animals and so many types of plants are considered as an endemic species. Like the squirrel, a big fluffy the big squirrel which have big fluffy tail. This is a type of endemic species. Okay, this is an endemic species, a giant squirrel. The one example of this endemic species is giant squirrel. Okay, now the sal, mango, these are certain the plants or trees which are endemic flora of the Pachmari Biosphere Reserve. Pachmari Biosphere Reserve, which we are discussing, and which we are studying about this Biosphere Reserve in this chapter. Bison, Indian giant squirrel, flying squirrel are endemic fauna of this area. Okay, so this is all about the endemic species. Now the next is the wildlife sanctuary. So wildlife sanctuary is what? Wildlife sanctuaries is a place where the animals are protected and they lived under the suitable conditions. Okay, so this is a wildlife sanctuary. Okay, sometimes protected forests are not safe because certain people living in the neighborhood nearby area of the wildlife sanctuaries, they damage and destroy the animals or the fauna of that area. Okay, Acha, what is the difference between a zoo and the wildlife sanctuary? So children, zoo is what? Zoo is the area where the animals are not free. Where the animals are not free, they are not in their original natural habitat. They are living and they are for the exhibition purpose. But the wildlife sanctuaries or the national parks are the area, they are the natural habitat of the animals where the animals can move freely, and nobody will disturb these animals, or nobody can disturb these animals. They are completely prohibited and restricted area. Okay, so now this is the thing about the wildlife sanctuary and about the national park. Now there are so many national park, and we have discussed 4 or 5 national park of India in our map. Okay, this work we have already done. Now Jim Corbett National Park, the Kaziranga National Park, the Kanha National Park, Dudhwa National Park. Okay, these are certain names of the national park which are famous for different kinds of fauna. Okay, now after that, why the animals are kept here? Why we need to keep the animals in these areas? Because we have to save these animals, save the variety of the animals, save the specific species of the animal for our future generation, because continuously these animals are vanishing from our world. Okay, they are endangered animal, means they are about to extinct. Okay, they are not completely extinct, but they are about to extinct. So that is why this is the need to protect these animals, these fauna into the national parks. Okay, this is the reason why the national parks are have been meant. Okay, now the next is the red data book. Children, this red data book is the book where we keep the record of all endangered species of flora and fauna. Okay, lots of flora, lots of plants and lots of animals are there which are under the danger zone, which are endangered and species. Means they if we are not paying attention toward these animals, these plants, then in future they will become extinct. So we have kept all the record in this book, that is red data book. Our India also have own red data books. Okay, now the next is migration. So we have learned about the migration in class 7th also, but still I will give a revision or recap of this topic. That migration means movement, bulk movement of the animal, bulk movement of the microorganism. Microorganism is not a correct word, suitable word for this. This is a bulk movement of animals from one place to another for in search of food, in search of shelter, and sometimes for the breeding purpose. So this is the migration. The some fishes move from one place to another. They migrate one place to another for the breeding purpose. Similarly, Siberian crane. This is a kind of bird which move from the Siberia to the plainer region. Like in our Prayagraj, they also come. Okay, so these are certain examples, okay, of the migration. Now, recycling of paper. It is important to recycle and reuse the paper, because you know very well paper is made by the wood pulp, and if we waste the paper, it is very difficult to save the trees. So if we want to keep our atmosphere safe, if we want to keep our atmosphere healthy, and we want to give a healthy environment for our next generation, so it is important, it is must to keep our greenery keep our trees safe. Okay, so recycle paper is one of the important thing by which we can save our trees, and we can save the energy and water also. Okay, so this is the thing. Now the last point is reforestation. As you know, reforestation. So reforestation is what? The opposite word of deforestation. As you know that deforestation means cutting of trees, whereas reforestation means planting of trees or planting of a new sapling. So if we want to save our environment, we want to make our environment full of oxygen and fresh air, then we must have to plant new trees, because you know that trees are everything for us. We should understand the value and importance of the greenery on the earth, because the only earth is the planet which is termed as blue planet and green planet, that is full of greenery. Because of the green plants, we are here and our life is possible. They provide us oxygen. Instead of that, we give carbon dioxide, that is a very poisonous gas, and they convert this carbon dioxide gas into the oxygen by photosynthesis. So this is the reforestation, and you know the value of reforestation, you know the value of trees. Everybody know the value of trees, how much the trees are important for our life. So everybody have to at least plant a tree in the whole life. So this is all for today, children. I hope you all have understood the points which we have discussed, or which I have discussed in today's video. So thank you for watching this video, children.